Hey guys, check it out. I'm really excited to get a close-up look at this amazing rig. We're out here at Overland Expo West with Josh and Kaylan Koviak. Wow. Kaylan, what is this thing?
This is a International CXT, and CXT stands for Commercial Extreme Truck, and it is a 2006. My husband and I are custom home builders in Texas, so we needed something for ourselves personally that could handle what we do to make a living. And we haul everything, we move anything, and this can do all of that. But we also wanted something that if we wanted to eventually take a year off and travel, would also not have any limitations.
Well, it seems like it checks all the boxes. Check out these tires.
They're massive. They are Goodyears. They are 47-inch tires. They're super singles. So one is basically the size of having two rear dually tires. We only have one spare, and instead of two different sizes working for if we have a flat or if something happens on the trail, they're all reversible. So rotating them all is super easy, and again, you only have to carry one spare.
What are the dimensions of this vehicle?
It is 22 feet long. Pretty much has the same turning radius, and I guess the vehicle size of it of an F-350. So we can fit in a regular parking spot. It's a little tight, but we can fit.
With that kind of length, something else that you had mentioned earlier was the turning radius.
Surprisingly a lot better than what you would imagine. So if you think about generally what it was made for, it's made for hauling. So this thing has to be able to get a huge semi-trailer to tiny loading bays, to and through parking lots of these different places that it's delivering to. So the turning radius on it is phenomenal. Towing capacity, loading capacity just in the bed is 12,000 pounds. So, and that's just in the bed of the truck. The hauling capacity, is it 35,000 pounds? 40,000 pounds.
You came from, what, San Antonio, Texas, correct? All the way to northern Arizona here. And what was your fuel mileage and your range like?
We get anywhere between 10 to 12 miles per gallon. It has the DT466E engine in it, which is an international motor. Fuel capacity, 35 gallons? 39 gallons. 39 gallons in the tank.
Yeah. Is there anything about the bed that's different, or?
It is a F-350 bed.
F-350.
Dually bed.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a dump bed. The entire pickup bed lifts up to, goodness, I'd say probably a 45-degree angle or so, all the way up.
Did it come with this bumper, or was this a choice, or?
It came with it. For us, I believe it came with the truck as well, but we'll definitely be upgrading. Regular tailgate, yeah. Right now we've got a bunch of stuff in the bed of our truck because we are camping. But regular tailgate, you can see the height that it comes up to, again, to just kind of give you perspective. It does have to come off whenever you do a dump, though. That way you don't damage it.
The spare, I mean, that is a monster spare.
Yeah. It looks like we have a whole lot of stuff in our bed right now, but we actually don't. There's just a huge spare. We're working on figuring out eventually a flatbed option, a custom flatbed, and be able to utilize the bed more and get that spare either put on the side or mounted up front or something. But yeah, we need our bed back. Bowen, for Bowen custom flatbeds, they we just met them at the Overland Expo.
Just to give people a perspective, how tall are you?
I am 5'8".
So you're 5'8".
That's where this is at.
Yeah.
We've been looking at a lot of different options for having, boxes at the bottom of this. So having toolbox areas, storage compartments, just more easy access, because as of right now, the only real outdoor storage that we have is in the toolbox.
There was a tank on the other side. This is your fuel tank?
This is our fuel tank. This is 39 gallons of diesel, and the other side are the air tanks.
So what you're telling us, you have onboard air.
We do, yes. So if we need to deflate or inflate the tires at any time on a trail, or even if we just need to dust ourselves off after dual sport riding all day, we can do that. And this is also how the truck generally operates for the entire truck, really. The brakes, all of it.
So you mentioned that this is sort of your approach to travel. You're going to use the vehicle as kind of a home base, and then you dual sport.
Yes.
And I guess that brings us back around here to the back.
Right back here.
Yeah, sorry, we're going in circles
no,
here.
It's okay. So yeah, this is
Where do you carry your motorcycles? I mean,
this hitch right here. As of right now, we have a Black Widow dual motorcycle carrier, hitch carrier that we bought. And that's what we're using for our bike. Since it was so low, the carrier tilts a little bit and has a little bit of natural play to kind of take out some of those big bumps. So we've actually mounted it here, and this is fully custom. And that's how we operate, and this is where the motorcycles go.
so you had also mentioned that you had a tune or some upgrade
We do.
to the engine. Can you tell us about that?
We do. My husband did a whole lot of research. He got the Hypermax Mach 7, and he knows all the details about that. So.
One thing that we ended up doing, the engine on these commercial trucks is it feels very anemic, but that's because they designed these trucks to run, 500,000 to 800,000 miles between rebuilds. Well, being a civilian truck, we need a little more power, a little more get up, especially when you get into the 10,000 foot altitude ranges. So one of the first things we did is I put a Mach 7 tuner on it. And the Mach 7 tuner has 7 stages, go figure, of tuning capabilities. It gives you 25 horsepower per setting on the Mach 7. The first setting being an actual extended idle mode, which allows you to be able to idle the truck with the heat or the AC on for extended amount of time. You always see the guys sleeping in their 18-wheelers at truck stops and stuff like that. And you'd be surprised, this big, huge motor uses such a small amount of diesel to be able to idle over an entire night when you put on that extended idle mode. So that was a really cool feature, because right now, we don't have like an auxiliary AC or auxiliary heating or anything like that. We're going to figure that out when we figure out habitat on the back and how we're going to do that in the future. The axles, they're Meritor axles. They're slightly bigger than what you would consider a 5-ton. They don't have lockers in them. I wish they did, but like we said, we have a high range, a low range. The low range is essentially a doubler, which allows you to run low range at a maximum speed of about 45 miles an hour, which is super helpful when you're going down a mountain pass or something like that. You can keep it in a keep from burning up your brakes, which Kaylan mentioned earlier, and that's a super helpful thing. And also, being in low range just gives you so much more torque for being able to hit the switchbacks, things like that. Tires, there's a huge advantage with these tires y'all didn't talk about, is with the size of them, the ability to be able to air them down. Typically on the highway, we'll run about 65 PSI to get the handling you want, but for roads like this, backcountry, we're running them at 35 right now. You'll see we'll end up getting 4 treads on the ground simultaneously at 35 versus 3 treads on the ground at 65, which gives you about a 25% to 30% footprint increase, which is really nice, really smooths it out. Problem is that the truck is set up to haul 12,000 pounds in the bed, and that's what the springs are set for right now. We never haul that kind of weight, so the really only way to do it without respringing the whole truck is to let the air out of the tires. But if you get too low, you risk rolling a bead, or there you go, he likes air truck, or you risk, like right now, it's very bouncy. Just picture bouncing on a rubber ball going down the highway. So you have to be very conscientious of where your tire pressures are, transitioning from different road surfaces. But that's pretty much it right now, so cut.
All right, Josh and Kaylan, thank you so much for sharing this amazing rig. And by the way, what is Koviak built?
Koviak Built is the name of our home building company in Texas. We build architecturally driven homes. So if you're in Texas and you want to build a home, hit us up.
Do you build anything else?
Yes, so we have 2 companies actually. One is Koviak Built, where we build architecturally driven, really nice Frank Lloyd Wright kind of homes. And then secondly, we also have a tiny home company where we sell pre-manufactured tiny homes for like mother-in-law quarters, ranches, Airbnbs. stuff like that. They're called park homes. So if you're interested in that, look us up.
Okay, and how do people find you on Instagram or social media?
On Instagram, to follow all of our shenanigans in this truck and other vehicles that we have in our dual sports, you're going to look up the Koviak Adventure Co. If you just search Koviak on Instagram, we'll pretty much be the first one you find.
Awesome, great rig.